What is up, guys? Welcome, Crypto Fud. And let's jump right into this. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today's what, Tuesday? Nice sunny day from Florida. It is freaking hot down here. It is, I know it's hot across the country. I've been seeing it all over the news. Heat wave and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, now you guys understand what we're like 8, 9, 10, 11 months out of the year. It's so brutally hot down here. But it's paradise, so welcome, guys. Philly was number one. What's going on, guys? BP in the house. Ben, Khalil, RC, Red Rum with the sad faces, and my girl Gina in here. What is going on, guys? Make sure you guys slap those likes, and let's jump right into this, guys. So, looking like we're seeing somewhat of a retracement in the charts today, guys. It looks like we're finally starting to see some retracement. You guys can see for Solana particularly, we did bottom out. Let me see here. Let's zoom in here. So you can see Solana for now did bottom out at around $122. I told you guys I was going to be taking advantage of this, and I did. Basically, anything that was pretty much under this 200-day moving average, really anything that was under this support level that we had, that when we broke 128, I was just gobbling up. I feel like I didn't buy enough, right? You always feel like you never bought enough. Definitely wanted to buy more. Now, do I think that it's completely over with and that was it? That was our chance, and then we're going up. Solana's going up to $500. Bitcoin's going to be at 150 here soon. Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily, but it is good to see that we did bottom out for now, and we're starting to see somewhat of a retracement towards the upside, right? So, right now, Bitcoin sitting at around 62,000 looks actually very good. 62,000, we haven't seen. I can't even believe that I'm saying 62,000 is good, right? Because freaking a month ago, you'd be like 62,000, we'd all be crapping our pants. 62,000 after the last few days that we've seen, not too bad, right? Bitcoin dropped all the way down to about 58,400. You can see, and since then it has retraced. Let's see, Bitcoin's retraced about 6%, so not too bad in the last few days. What's Solana's retracement? Let's see. Solana got beat down. It really did. Solana's retraced about 13.5%. So you guys can see for now, it looks like we're starting to retrace now. A couple of things that I wanted to point out, especially with Bitcoin. We're going to cover some articles. We already know a lot of people have been covering these articles, but we're going to read through them and kind of dissect them, see what my opinion is. But you guys can see the trend is still in play, guys, right? And I'm going to move this trend down. You can see that the trend technically is still in play. We just had such a big drop. This was back on the 24th. Yeah, yesterday. We had such a big, I felt like it's like a few days ago. We had such a big drop yesterday, right? That we came down a considerable amount, that even if we can come up and we bounce, we technically could come all the way up to about 63,800 for Bitcoin, still hit our head on this trend line and continue to move towards the downside. So I don't want you guys to be going crazy, like thinking, yep, it's over with. It's all, we're good to go. Not yet, right? Not yet. We still are technically, like I said, we still have a lot of room to where we can move up and still hit this trend line and technically be making lower highs. I know it's crazy to believe, but we still can. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware. Right now, I've been telling you guys, really not even right now, but I was saying this in the last few days, that DCAing in your favorite projects right now is probably going to be a sure win, right? Obviously, we don't know where the bottom is. Like I said, there could be more coming, right? Or this could be it and we could be moving up. But what do I always tell you guys? We can't stop people from buying. We can't stop people, especially from selling, right? We have no power over that. But what we do have the power of is paying attention to these charts. One, sometimes, like I tell you guys, it's hard to do, but repositioning yourself when you're up like crazy, taking those profits, and having patience and buying the dip. That's the major and the most important thing that I could say is really taking advantage of these dips. That's where people are making the most money. When you see these big dips like we saw relatively yesterday, right? Maybe not catching that exact bottom, but just finding somewhere around that bottom and dollar cost averaging in, or just, buying a nice bag of whatever you already own or something that you've been waiting to buy. Like I said, wouldn't probably pay out to be a bad thing. We actually cover this on the members only stream when we were talking about this, about plays, potential plays that we were looking for to jump in on, right? And this is why I was saying this is a perfect time for us to do this, because obviously in the last week we've seen a lot of retracement in the market. So let's see here. I'm Batman. What's going on, bro? I haven't seen you here in a while. Philly in the house said, tell your kids, your wife, tell your husband, tell your friends all, and tell your pets to grab some NFK. Rugged, what's going on? Owen, Red Rum said, truthfully, I feel like we will see 6 trillion plus market cap for all of crypto. That's not a bad estimate. That's kind of what I was calling for. I don't remember. I think it was like maybe when we first started running 6 to 8 months ago, I was saying, you know what? The last cycle, we saw Bitcoin, or not really just Bitcoin, but the whole crypto run up to about 4 trillion, I think it was. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe somewhere around, I think it was 3 to 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something, and we can actually pull it up right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of like maybe a 6 to maybe a $10 trillion market cap, right? If you look at back in 2021, we made it up to about 3 trillion. We didn't get all the way there this time. And you're like, that's crazy that we technically, the market only got up to, let's see here, we got up to about 2.5 trillion before we kind of got rejected. And this is the market cap for the full crypto market. Now you're thinking, well, Bitcoin hit higher prices. Why the hell didn't it? Why didn't we get, at a higher market cap for crypto? Well, the alts are what really held it back, because back in 2021, when you're looking at this all-time high, this was technically during altcoin season. So you had Bitcoin, sitting at around $65,000 to $67,000, and then on top of that, you had Ethereum at $4,800, right? Ethereum's only at 35 right now, 3,500, I believe, somewhere around there. And you had a lot of these other altcoins that were way past their all-time highs. The altcoin market was absolutely insane, carrying over 50% of the dominance at the time. So that's why we saw a higher market cap so far in 2021, which leads to, me to believe that we really, like I keep telling you guys, long term, very bullish. Do not think that this market is done with whatsoever. Short term, possibly could be a little bit more pain in the market. So I always tell you guys that, because I just want to make sure you guys are prepared, right? You want to kind of prepare for whatever is going to be thrown at us, right? If you're one of those strong, just diamond hands, and you're like, bro, I don't give a shit what happens right now, I ain't pulling my money out to 2025, something like that, then I guess you're just worried about the dips, right? So you can just keep dollar cost averaging in. And I respect that. I really do. So Ethereum's actually at 3,400 right now. So yeah, like I said, when we hit that market cap, Ethereum alone was at $46 to $4,800. So, I mean, big move just on Ethereum back in 2021. We haven't even got anywhere near there yet, which leads me to believe, like I keep telling you guys, that we haven't even seen the brunt of this run yet. We've just been seeing little doses of it, and it's been a little bit crazy. I've been telling you guys this for a while, due to probably the ETFs and us seeing all-time highs before the halving. It kind of threw a lot of this cycle, this 4-year cycle, a little bit out of craziness, and a lot of us are all sitting here like, what actually, because we're trying to go back and make sense on previous charts, and we're looking at this chart and we're like, bro, this is craziness, right? We're in a whole, even though we're in the where we're at as far as price wise with Bitcoin, we've been here before. We're in like a price discovery zone in the whole market, because we technically have not been in this kind of realm that we're in with the crypto market, given all the ETFs and exposure that we're having for crypto. Looking at ladies, you guys can see she bottomed out at around the 12.3 right here. Beautiful spot to be dollar cost averaging in my opinion. Was nice below the 200-day moving average. A lot of alts ran below their 200-day during this dip. You can see it has since broke above the 200-day, which is a very bullish thing in my opinion. You guys already know, anytime we break below, it starts to get bearish, right? This right here was just a quick, like we dropped down, the next day we're right back up above the 200-day. If we were coming down, or we came down and we were hitting our head on this 200-day, kind of like what we almost saw. You see how we dropped? We hit our head exactly at the 200. We started going down. That right there was like, I was like, oh man, this doesn't look good. But now that we've broken above, and you can see that we're not out of the woods, like I keep telling you guys, but we could easily come back and retest this 200-day, which is around the 14.3, and basically find that support staying bullish for Milady. I know it's hard to say bullish given how much she's been really gone down in the last like month or two, but believe it or not, she is running. If you really look at Milady, particularly in the last like what is it, the last year, she technically is up still 180 freaking percent. Believe it or not, yeah, I know it's crazy. She's still up 180%, and you can see every time she goes on these swings, right? She'll go on these swings, good time to buy. She goes on these swings, good time to buy. Goes on these swings, good time to buy, right? You see that? So it's not going to be overnight, guys. Not going to be overnight. RJ said, call, bro. We'll check that out. And can you check out Corgi with knife too? Yeah, we'll check all that out. But just to stay on to the charts. So for the most part, like I said, you can see majority green on our watch list. Looking at the bubbles, this kind of gives you a picture. Solid green across the board. I don't think there's not one freaking red bubble on here. Actually, there is. Lido right here. One red bubble out of all these top 100 projects. And oh, there's one more right here. I didn't see this one. Pendle. But 98% are all up, right? And, you know, this is given because we have seen such a massive drop in the last few days, the last few weeks. I'm sure I haven't even looked at it, but if we look at the weekly, I'm guessing most of us are going to be in the red. Wow. Well, maybe the weekly just started over. It had to have, because PEPE's up 18%. For the week, it says it's up 24%. Yeah, this week restarted. So I was expecting us to see some of the last week intertwined with this week. Maybe if we look at the month, yeah, you can see the month is going to be in the red. I just realized for the bubbles, if you see up here, you see our hours red, the day, the week are green, and then the monthly's red. So it kind of tells you even before you jump in on it what's going to be red and what's going to be green. So you guys can see Notcoin, which is on Ton. Ton's biggest meme coins, up 200%. Brett, 134%, killing it. Jasmy, still up, believe it or not, after all this freaking downward movement. Jasmy for the month is still up 35.9%. And Caspa, like I keep telling you guys, very bullish on Caspa. I don't know what it is. It's just something about Caspa. I'm very bullish on it. If we ever do see a big drop, I think I might be accumulating Caspa, honestly. That might be one of my bigger cap projects that I'd like to add on. And then you have Monero right here up about 15%. But for the most part, you guys can see for the month, we're still in red. But I'm guessing that as long as we continue to see like days like we're seeing today, you're most likely going to see this turn back over to green. Because obviously when you look at the yearly, this gives you a big picture on what we are, what we've done, people. I mean, when in doubt, zoom out. Understand where we just came from a year ago, right? 2 years ago. If you guys are new around here, you know, I get it. But if you guys have been around this bear market when we first started the channel, like a year and a half ago, it was freaking rough. It was rough, and this shows you how much we've come up in the last year and a half. I mean, look at these numbers. This is insane. This right here is crazy to even think in the last year. If you had to put your money in any one of these projects, you'd be up a massive amount, right? That's why I tell you guys, obviously buying in a bear market, and I told you guys this analogy the other day, money is made in the bear market, right? Maybe you're not selling in the bear market, so you're not actually making the money, but you're setting yourself up into these positions, so when we go into the bull market, you're already set up good. That's when you're going to basically capitalize on all the positions that you made. And this was what we covered in the members only stream, positioning yourself so you can make those moves, right? Make these 600-700% moves. BONK absolutely crazy at 6,000 freaking percent. That's like, it just doesn't seem right. It really doesn't seem right. So let's see here. Old said, let's see here. Have sold around 40 billion on my Milady's bag and bought 5 billion more this morning. Going to buy again on the next dip. Nice, bro. That's how you do it. Red Rum said, truthfully, Milady has to do something other than just posts and posts of meme faces. Red Rum, I hear the frustration in your voice. Listen, you'll be okay. They were doing this for a while, bro. When back, like you go back like a year ago, 8 months ago, when Milady was, before it started really running, every day it was just freaking their Milady face on something, you know, like just every day it was just pictures. It'll be okay. I'm telling you, don't worry. Don't worry, man. Telling you right now, you can be bearish, and then a week from now we start running and they post something like Elon just tweeted or something, and you can just completely flip, right? So that's what I'm telling you. Just have patience, bro. You know, obviously I don't know your financial situation or anything like that, but I'm telling you from my experience, my opinion, just have patience. It should play out for you, bro. Oh yeah, Old was saying Caspa's a quarter of his bag. Nice. Oh yeah. Ramirez, what's going on? I'm still holding about 140 billion Milady. Nice, bro. That's a solid freaking bag right there. And Old said, had to sell a little to invest in hobby, but will buy back in. The chart looks good in my opinion. Hell yeah. Nice, bro. So yeah, that's like pretty much our chart segment. We're gonna be back on the charts. We'll check out some DeFi because I know a couple people already asked me. So bear with me, but let's jump into some of these news articles that I really wanted to cover. All right, so the big thing is obviously what we've been seeing is Mt. Gox redemption fears overblown, says the trader of a $10 billion Bitcoin holding. Well, obviously he's got $10 billion in Bitcoin. He's like, oh, it's overblown. He's trying to tell everybody, like, freaking relax, right? Now, I agree with him, though. So the let's see here. The crypto exchange trustees said Monday that they are preparing to start distributing Bitcoin stolen from the clients in 2014's hack in the first week of July. So traders believe the selling pressure from Mt. Gox repayments might be less severe than anticipated, potentially easing concerns about an immediate sell-off. Galaxy Research suggests that significant portions of the distributed Bitcoin may not be immediately sold, as most will likely be held by creditors due to their low-cost basis. Crypto traders say selling pressure from Mt. Gox's newly renounced repayment could be much less than a market observers fear, easing concerns about an imminent sell-off. The impact on Bitcoin's price from Mt. Gox distribution Bitcoin is likely overblown, said Sam. In a Tuesday email on CoinDesk, creditors who wanted to sell their Bitcoin have now had more than 10 years to do so throughout selling their bankruptcy claims to more convicted long-term investors. Do you guys remember I covered this a while back? And I don't mean to always say like we cover this, but we cover a lot of things. You just have to listen, right? You have to listen. So we covered this for Mt. Gox. They found out. So this happened back in like 2012, 13, somewhere back 10 years ago, right? Well, since then, a lot of creditors, once they found out that they redeemed a majority of those Bitcoins that were stolen, a lot of creditors actually were hitting up the people that were waiting for settlements and like, listen, this is back in 2014, 15. They're like, listen, this is going to draw out for a while. You have how much? $100,000 on there that you're going to be getting back. Why don't you just, and they would sign a contract. They're like, we'll give you $70,000 right now. And we'll pay you right now so you don't have to wait, right? And a lot of people actually did this. A lot of people basically took the hit but grabbed 70 to 80%. I don't know what the terms were, but I'm just suggesting, something like that, where they basically sold off their portions for whenever they were going to get distributed. It goes to these big creditors, and that's what they're saying is a lot of the creditors actually were able to obtain a lot of the claimed Bitcoin that's going to be getting distributed, and these creditors are usually long-term entities and hedge funds and whatever the case may be. They're not really disclosed, but they're usually tend to be long-term holders compared to Joe Blow that's about to get $70,000 in Bitcoin that's been waiting for 10 years. What do you think he's going to do? Obviously, he's going to sell off, right? So we covered this a while back. So the impact on Bitcoin's price from Mt. Gox distribution Bitcoin is likely overblown. Oh yeah, we already read this. So in addition, most creditors will likely hold their Bitcoin because the cost basis is less than $700 per Bitcoin. Damn. And these people that were in Bitcoin that when they got hacked, they're saying that per Bitcoin average was less than $700 per Bitcoin. Absolutely insane. That's freaking crazy. And it looks like it's 65,000. Hold on, let's see what the total is. So Galaxy Research said on Monday, note that of the total of 141,000 Bitcoin embarked for distribution, 65,000 Bitcoin will be delivered to individual creditors, and another 30,000 Bitcoins will be delivered to claim funds and separate bankruptcy. So you see that 65 and 30 are going straight to big companies that already basically had deals set up before all this. That's 95,000 out of that 141,000. So technically, if we were to see a sell-off, it's only going to be about 50 to 51,000, if I did my math correctly. Actually, less than that, 46,000 Bitcoin. technically, that could be sold, which is a big amount, right? But I think Bitcoin can handle a 46,000, throughout maybe the next few weeks or the next few months or whatever the case is, because they're not going to all just sell all at once on one video call like, hey, all right, you ready? Let's dump. No, they're not going to do that, right? You're going to have some people that might sell off immediately, and you're going to have some people that are going to hold off because they are anticipating that the price is going to go up for Bitcoin, right? So it's reasonable to assume that most of the Bitcoin received by funds that acquired claims from creditors will be distributed to liquidity pools and kind and not sold off. So there we go right there, guys. So nothing, I honestly, I agree with this article. I don't think it's anything to be like, like, oh my God, crypto's about to crash. Will we see somewhat of a hit from it? Possibly, right? We possibly will see somewhat of a hit from it, but I don't think it's going to be anything to where, Bitcoin, it's going to cause Bitcoin to drop down to $20,000 or $30,000 or even $40,000 in that case. So James, what's going on? Monero said, when NFK to... You tell me, Monero. I can't wait till that day, right? We'll all be celebrating like crazy. But hopefully soon. We need, first, Monero, the number one thing, obviously we want NFK to get back up and running, and just start, just pumping back up like we know she's going to. But we need Solana. We need Solana and all the rest of the market to really get back up and running too. We really do, because if Solana is falling in the back end, and we're just, buying at NFK, it's going to be like it's like going to be fishing in a boat with a freaking hole in it. You know what I'm saying? That analogy where we're just basically just trying to shove water out of the damn boat while water's just flowing back in, pretty much. Because like I told you guys, and I told you this before Solana went down, when Solana was running up, I was like, this is great. Our liquidity, our market cap is 100% tied into, it's fully 100% in Solana. So it dictates. Even if we hadn't seen anybody selling off, our liquidity and market cap would have come down as well, because Solana's dropped. When it was down just yesterday, Solana was down 35+% in the last like freaking 2 weeks, right? So we would have seen the our market cap and liquidity come down considerably, regardless. But as Solana starts building back up, that's like we were talking about in the Discord. I really do believe that just the sentiment around crypto as well, we'll probably have a lot of new investors coming in, and then also everybody that's already in will feel better about buying in. It stinks when you're buying in on projects. That's what's hard, is that you're buying in not just on NFK, but anything, right? You're buying in on Milady, and the price is just continuously going down, even though you're getting a good price, and you are. It's stressful, right? It's stressful buying in, because you're just like, damn it, bro. Like, when is this market going to start going back up? It just keeps going down, right? So in due time, my friend, in due time. So German government resumes sell-offs as Bitcoin dips. El Salvador hodls. So let's see here. When was this article? This was as of today. Good. All right. As of this morning. So the German government has resumed selling off its seized Bitcoin assets amidst a recent dip in cryptocurrency price. So shout out to I Am George. He gave a beautiful clarification, did his research on this. I'm going to piggyback on what he said. This was on yesterday's stream. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys check it out. He was basically covering this. He was like probably one of the first YouTubers that I saw covering this yesterday. In regards to the German market, they ended up seizing the biggest seizure in Bitcoin. Let's see here. It was worth $3 billion. I'm looking at the article. It was worth $3 billion, right? From these hackers. Well, the government got it, right? They're not going to give it back. They're not going to give it back whatsoever. So what are they doing? It's government property now. They're freaking selling off. And what they're doing is, you can tell whoever's in Germany that's running their financial, assets or whatever the case is, they don't know anything about crypto, because what they're doing is they're literally going on to like Coinbase. They're going on to these major exchanges and just selling, right? Which has a direct result in the Bitcoin price, versus when Michael Saylor, when El Salvador, when Tesla, when Elon Musk, when any of these big people buy crypto or buy Bitcoin, they buy it via OTC through the exchanges, but through a back door almost, where just like you guys were buying NFK, right? You would instead of buying directly from the exchange and changing the price off of these big buys or sells, they're buying it or selling it to the exchanges, but through the back door, to where they're kind of doing it's an over-the-counter exchange where it won't actually get distributed directly into the market at once, right? So they do it for buys and sales because they do not want to basically change the price. And you're like, well, why the hell do they care? Well, these people don't know what they're doing, the Germans. But think about this. With Michael Saylor, think about El Salvador. They're buying in hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, right? Let's say they don't want to have all the money to buy at once. Do you think they want to buy in and make the price jump up 20% and then have to buy the second amount at 20% higher? No, what they want, or vice versa, if they're selling, what they want to do is they want to be able to buy in at right now's price, and the price stays there. So whenever they have the rest of their funds in a week, 2 days from now, whatever the case is, they can buy at the exact same price, and the price hasn't fluctuated much. Same thing on sales. When a lot of these people are selling, with these big institutions, when they're selling, they don't want to drop the price like crazy, right? Because let's say they're not going to sell at once. They're going to sell an amount now. They're going to sell an amount in a week. And well, in a week from now, they don't want to sell off at a 30% discount, right? They want to sell off around where they're selling off today. So what they're going to do is they're going to sell it to an OTC like Coinbase or Binance or whatever, whoever the hell. They're going to buy it from their actual wallet. So it's just basically going right back into the reserves for these big exchanges and not necessarily going directly into the market so that the price will fluctuate. Trust me, they're not looking out for you and I. They're looking out for themselves. And if you were in that position and you understand what it does as far as price range and how much the price can fluctuate, you would be doing the same exact thing, because like I said, it can cost you, if you're spending billions of dollars, it can cost you a lot of money on those transactions that you could lose, right? So Germany doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and they're just dropping it into the actual market. So every time they're selling for lower and lower and lower and lower. But you have to remember, they don't give a shit, right? Because they got it from people that stole, right? They hacked. Well, the German government, nothing against them, but they basically took it from these people that stole. They don't have any money into it. It's like someone handing you free 1,000 Bitcoin right now. You're gonna be like, screw it. I'm just gonna. What's the fastest way I can sell this on Coinbase? All right, just sell it, right? They don't give a shit. It's free money to them, right? And especially a lot of these governments, especially in Germany right now, are hurting for money. They're hurting for money, so they got to fund a war over there, right? They got to keep sending money over there. So I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get into that. So let's see here. Germany, the largest economy in Europe, began offloading portions of its substantial Bitcoin stockpile worth approximately $3 billion. These assets were confiscated from a movie 2K.20, a movie piracy website in 2020. And what's crazy about this story, guys? Oh my gosh. Listen to this. So I know we all use, well, I don't. I know some of you guys use those devices. I'm not even gonna, devices that you can put onto your TV, and you get the movies, you get all the, the free stuff, right? Well, this guy was running a freaking one of those streaming services that were free, on one of the devices, and the dude was getting, because they get paid, because advertisements, like, I don't give a shit what you're doing, as long as if you have a big community as far as that are using your app, we'll pay you to run ads, right? Well, the guy was making a massive amount of money back in 2020 off this streaming app, right? And what he was doing, the guy was actually very smart. Everything that he was getting from these from the advertisement, he was buying Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin dropped down to $3,000 in 2020. This guy was able to accumulate $3 billion and freaking and Bitcoin. Guys, I know no one normally does this, but hold on, I'm getting a phone call, and it's an important phone call, so just wait 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Oh man. Yeah. All right, let's get back into it. So, yeah, so what was crazy is that the guy was running this app, which, I mean, you got to be pretty smart to run these apps, right? I mean, you got to be pretty smart. And not only that, but it's on top of that, the dude was freaking buying Bitcoin with all the money that he was getting in, which was crazy. So let's see here. So in January, Germany, the German police seized 50,000 Bitcoin from the website. He picked up 50,000 Bitcoin, guys. Just think about that. Marking it as the most extensive security. Extensive security of Bitcoin by law enforcement authorities in the Federal Republic of Germany to date. Last week, the country sold around $325 million worth of Bitcoin, with the possibility of further sales. More recently, the German government transferred 200 Bitcoin to Coinbase, while the same wallet also moved 200 billion to Kraken. These people are freaking idiots, bro. Whoever's running this the show over there is dumb. I mean, they're moving it over to freaking Coinbase. Like, yeah, KuCoin, really, guys, or Kraken? That is absolutely crazy. So El Salvador is taking advantage of it. El Salvador has been steadily increasing its Bitcoin holdings since adopting the cryptocurrency as a legal tender. As of the latest data, the country holds approximately 5,748 Bitcoin, valued at around 360 million. The country's Bitcoin stash has been accumulated through its direct purchases, mining, and investments from foreign entrepreneurs seeking the residency through the country's cryptocurrency-friendly policies. The Salvadorian government has consistently added to its Bitcoin treasury, including a policy of purchasing 1 Bitcoin daily. Nice. This strategy has continued despite market fluctuations, demonstrating a commitment to hodl its Bitcoin assets over the long term. It is worth noting that the president has been vocal about not selling the country's Bitcoin holdings, even as their value has increased significantly. Recently, he mentioned that the country's Bitcoin investment has risen over 40% in value. Isn't that crazy? If you guys remember, when El Salvador was buying in, when they basically told us they were buying in, they got cut from the world banks. A lot of the world banks basically said, you know what, we're no longer giving you loans. We don't want, we're not going to be backing your economy. And they still went ahead and they were like, you know what, screw you guys, we're buying Bitcoin. And since then, their treasury has gone up like you saw, 40% since they've been buying in. And they've been buying in even at the top. What they're doing is they're just dollar cost averaging in every single day. And that right there shows you, obviously they started buying in at the bear market, but dollar cost averaging in, guys, I'm telling you, it seems old fashioned, it seems boring, but long term, it's like a 99% sure way that it's going to work. So sorry about that, guys. I was waiting for that phone call and I got it. It wasn't good news. It's my car. So I'm getting something done to my car, and the mechanic's like, "Bro, you brought me the wrong part." I'm like, "Dude, come on." So he's like, "I have to overnight something." Rogue said, "Why didn't Germany sell to El Salvador?" Bro, that's a good idea, dude. That's a good idea. That's so crazy. That's crazy. That would have been a good idea right there for them to sell to El Salvador, or even do like a loan, right? Like, because El Salvador is buying one a day. Maybe they don't have the money to buy all at once, but shit, Germany could have been like, listen, we'll loan you, right? We'll do a financial loan with, whatever, the 500 million that they already sold off with 10% interest. Germany could have made more money, right? And then had El Salvador in their pocket, which they're good for. Obviously, they have billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin already in their treasury. That's a good idea, bro. Flip, what's going on, bro? Rugg said, Crip is the only guy we will let answer the phone in the middle of the stream. Bro, I did not mean to do that, but I already knew they were going to be calling me, bro. I already knew it. I told you guys, I never told you guys, but I drive a nice car, right? And I'm getting, it's supercharged, right? So I'm getting, I'm doing all this work, like upgrading the supercharger. And the supercharger, if you guys know, they have pulleys. There's a belt. Well, when you start upgrading, some of the stuff, the belt, it has to be a perfect size. And freaking, when I brought them everything, they said that the belt was like not the exact same size. So I'm like, bro, because I was supposed to pick my car up. That's why I'm streaming early, because I was supposed to be going to pick my car up in the next like hour or two. And he's like, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be tomorrow. I'm like, great. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I didn't go to the gym today. Now I'm not going to the gym tomorrow, right? I'm just kidding, guys. No worries. Old Fashioned said it would be a classic if he played some elevator music. And no, I wasn't going to do that. Everybody would be like, bro, I'm out of here. I hate that elevator music. So yeah, so back to crypto. So it's, it is what it is, guys. It's just I think the Germany thing is going to blow over. They do still hold a lot. I would imagine that if they have anybody back behind them that knows anything about crypto, they're most likely selling off, little bits and probably getting a nice chunk of money, right? But I think they're going to probably hodl probably a big chunk of it as well with anticipation, because Bitcoin is money now, right? Bitcoin's like holding gold. And if they just did a big seizure on gold, they probably would do the same thing, where they would probably sell off a little bit into the market, but hold a big stash of it, because that's value. You're holding now value. So, and that's what majority of, that's what you should be doing as far as any kind of government, right? You want to make sure that your money's backed by something, even though it's, their money's not going to be backed by crypto, but they at least have other assets in their treasury other than just, their pointless fiat and maybe some gold. So, RC said, nice car, lives in Florida, just hit the keys, had to take an important call. Aye, man, you're reading too much into it, bro. You're reading too much into it. Rug said, I was just saying that's how much we rock with you. I appreciate that. No, I really do. I agree, man. I agree. And I think it's very unprofessional for any YouTuber to, in the midstream, be like, hold on, guys, wait, and pick up their phone. But they're about to close the shop, and I didn't want to call them after the stream, because then they would have been like, oh, we're not in anymore. And I'd be like, I'm supposed to pick up my car. Do you by chance know what's going on, man? Let's see here. So I know a couple people were asking me about some. Oh, there we go. Flip said Brett. We'll bring up Brett, bro. Brett's up 27% today. Not too bad. I will say Brett is obviously still DeFi, but I'm pretty sure they're on a lot of major exchanges. Let's see here. The KuCoin, Bybit, they're still, yeah, so it's like a little bit of both. So with a project like this, and I was telling you guys for like Call, which we will pull up Call here in a second, when you start getting into these major exchanges, you're not really in the DeFi realm anymore, right? Like Dog with Hat, BONK, PEPE, all these projects that started off on DeFi, they're not really in the DeFi realm anymore. So you have Brett that's rebounding today off of what happened yesterday, right? You saw that Brett was dropping. You can see Brett had a nice drop in the last like day or two, and you can see since then it has started to retrace for the project. So let me zoom out and see what we got going on. But it is looking good, up 27%. Brett's $1.6 billion market cap. That's crazy. I'm sitting here waiting for the chart to reload. I forgot Brett's not old at all. It's only only a few weeks old. Thank you so much, Flip. I got you, bro. I'm looking at Brett right now. Appreciate that, though. I like that I have that sound now, so I can, while I'm looking at the charts, I know what the hell is going on. Let me check something, though, for Brett, because it seems like this chart is, like, super short. Let me see something here. All right, there we go. There's our Brett chart. There's our Brett chart. All right, Flip. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. So you can see for Brett, obviously, like I was saying, $1.6 billion market cap. Liquidity is at around $6 million. The numbers check out. They look absolutely great. You can see Brett made this all-time high, right? dropped down, and you guys know what I always say, as long as it holds that 236. Well, it didn't hold the 236. What do I always say after that? Line in the sand, 382. If it can stay at around this 382, and this is why I say this, guys, because look, you see how it dropped, bounced, found support at the 382, which is around the 12-cent mark. You can see it got that bounce. It necessarily didn't run up like crazy, but you can see it was breaking above the 236. Just needed a little bit more time, and you can see now we have broke above the 236, and we're starting to get close towards this all-time high for Brett. So, I mean, it looks great for Brett. Brett right now, and it's been the biggest meme coin that's on base. So you can see that we're only about 16.2% away from making all-time highs again. So project looks great. Honestly, probably one of the stronger projects that we're going to look at for today, up 27%. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the market continues to kind of start moving back up towards the upper side. You might see Brett, and me might be talking about tomorrow, Brett breaking all-time highs. So looks great. And vice versa, like I'm going to tell you, and we said it before, and I say this for any other project, any project that's just coming off of all-time highs or sitting around their all-time highs. Obviously for Brett, 236 is going to be a big spot. That's right around that 14.99, so we'll call it the 15 mark. Needs to hold as some support. If it does break, we have the 382 as some support, which is the 12-cent. But I do not want to see Brett continuing to come down and retest that 12-cent mark, because you guys already know what I'm going to say. If we keep retesting certain levels, right, it's eventually going to break. So whether it's going towards the up or the downside, if this keeps retesting this 12-cent mark, even though it's only tested it once in the last week, we don't want to see it keep retesting it. We would rather see it come up and keep retesting this all-time high, or finding that support on the 236. Those would be the two scenarios that would be the ultimate bullish for Brett. But bottom line, Brett looks great. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised, as long as the markets allow it, tomorrow, the next few days, we're talking about all-time highs possibly for Brett. So again, thank you so much, Flip. I appreciate that, brother, for the support for the channel. Oh my God, you guys don't see the chart? I am so sorry, guys. Now I know why he's like, bro, pull it up. These new gadgets. Let me go all the way back and say what I was just saying. Erase the last 5 minutes of our life. I'm so sorry, guys. So, you guys got the audio, so I'll point the picture right here. My bad. I didn't realize that I didn't switch over. I'm still sitting here thinking about not having a car tomorrow morning for the gym. My bad. So you guys, like I said, 236 at this 12-cent mark. We've already bounced. Like I said, we do not want to keep coming back and retesting it. If it does come back and retest this 236 one more time, I'm not going to say it's a bearish move, especially if it comes down and gets that support again and we start running. Sometimes that might be what we need. But bullish scenario, the two scenarios that I gave, finding that support above the 236 and retesting these all-time highs are going to be your most bullish scenario as far as what we want to see for Brett. And like I already said 5 times while you guys were watching me talk and not showing you the damn chart, sorry about that, is basically I wouldn't be surprised in the next few days that we are talking about some all-time highs for Brett, because Brett honestly looks very, very bullish. Since it's dropped, we've had really just this one drop right here, right? And that's pretty much it. We've had a nice run up. We saw this little bit of a cool off. We saw a beautiful run up. Obviously, we were just getting out of a nice little cool off. Wasn't too much. And like I said, that 382 was a pivotal spot to bounce at. So thank you again for the super chat, bro. And my bad for sitting here talking and having whatever screen we just had up. I have to remember, I'm switching from screen to screen over here. So let's see here. Gina said, call and Mog, please. Call and Mog, please. Call's running. Call's running. Gina, were you able to verify that news that you disclosed in the Discord about call? I know you brought it. You did mention it, but I didn't see any like hardcore like concrete. That's why I didn't really announce anything from myself, because I would hate to say something about that and then it doesn't happen. But I guess we'll talk about it. But this is all speculations, guys. But this could be why we're seeing call possibly seeing a good few days last week. So supposedly Gina was saying in the Discord that they announced that they were getting released on another central exchange. Some people were throwing out Binance. I personally, until it is actually on Binance, I'm not buying into it yet. Definitely could happen. We did read an article, about a month ago, about Binance possibly giving more exposure and a little bit more opportunity to smaller cap projects, right? This would be the exact project that they were speaking of, right? Has a beautiful community, still around that under $100 million market cap. So this could be one of those projects that they're talking about. But I still, until it is like, it's happened, I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's for sure. So Art saying that he saw Gate.io, and Gina saying yes, RJ saying Gate.io. Okay, so I'm a lot more satisfied saying Gate.io versus like Binance. Binance is like, you're with the big dogs now, right? When you get onto Binance, you're guaranteed to go up to that $1 billion market cap, right? So I was like thinking, when you said Binance, Gina, I was like, Binance? Like, are you? No, I'm like, bro, I need to see some I need to see like some freaking solid, credible source of Binance, right? I don't want to see screenshots of supposedly wallets or anything like that. But Gate.io, that's still a great. I told you guys this. I don't know if you guys remember. I said this, when they were first running, when we first ran from Crypto.com, and then we saw a nice rundown. I said, listen, guys, what they're gonna need to do to keep the momentum up, because it's like you gotta feed the people, right? You gotta make sure to keep them, basically keep them, interested in the project. In order for that to happen for a project like Call, is they need to, like, monthly, or maybe not every month, but every like 6 weeks, every 2 months, whatever the case is. 2 months is stretching it, but they need to be able to release some big news, and usually big news for newer projects is getting released on new exchanges, right? New exchange means new people that are going to come across the project, new investors. New investors means more money coming into the project grows, right? It's very simple. I'm pulling up the coin market. Let me make sure my screen's on there. All right. Now you guys have me worried every time I'm talking that I'm not showing you the correct screen. So I wanted to look on here and look at their central exchanges. So it doesn't look like they're trading yet on Gate.io, right? You can see for right now the number one the exchange that money's coming in on is going to be through Crypto.com for right now. So I don't know if they gave a timeline on when they were getting dropped on. I'm reading the chat. So Crypt, check the picture I posted in the Discord. That would be too bad they don't let you. Too bad they don't let you freaking. I don't see the picture. Are you talking about the Twisted Tea? Is that what you're talking about? You guys notice I haven't said anything about tea or anything like that. I'm trying to go right now without drinking. So if you can refrain from sending me those beautiful ice cold Twisted Teas, because that right there is like making me like itch. Like, oh, like I really would just do anything for a freaking tea right now. It sounds so good. I'm not gonna have a car tomorrow for the gym, guys. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. So Gina said they found the proof. Ramirez said, did I miss Milady's chart? You did, bro, but we'll bring it back. And then Gina said Binance was one of 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they can't get on Binance. I'm just saying that is that's a big move, right? That's a big move. I think they're not there yet for like a Binance. Now, could be completely wrong, and tomorrow they're announcing that they're on Coinbase and Binance, right? So, I mean, it'll eventually, it could happen, but any exchange, any new exposure is going to be nothing but a plus for this project. So, they're up 22%. You can see, obviously, the news is resonating really well with the community. They bounced beautifully at this 61 right here. You can see they broke out of the trend, which they have a tendency to do, right? They go down, break out of the trend, Trend starts again. They break out. Go into the trend. They break out, right? Until they break, I told you guys this the other day, until they break out above this 83 mark, right? This 83 mark is going to be the spot. This is going to be the line in the sand for them to be going bullish. Right when they break above, and I say right when because I think that they probably will this time. When they break above this 83, that's when I'm going to say, all right, they're back to being very bullish. Let's see how this runs. Now, you guys know how it is when they get dropped on central exchanges, right? This is not a be all, say all. They're dropped on central exchanges. That's it. We're never coming back down. You guys can see it's happened before, all right? So, what have I told you guys? I'm not saying you guys need to go you sell off your position when we run up. All I'm saying is just be prepared, and if you're up like crazy, secure the bag, right? That's the number one thing that I think we've all learned in the last few months is secure the damn bag, right? Secure the bag. That's what you need to do. So, but call looks good, guys. It really does, and we'll definitely I'll make sure that we keep watching that, like crazy on the channel. Another project that's jumped up is Mary. Any news on Mary, guys? Mary's, well, you see, I'm looking at the 24. I'm like, damn, 36%. But you look at the chart and you're like, wait, that's 36%. That's 36%. Down. Oh, this ate up. Oh, okay. So it gained to 0. Remember, I told you guys I was looking when it gained to 0. I missed that freaking opportunity. Looks like it dropped down to the 73 and it ran up. This had a nice little run up, doubling. Look at that little ass green line right there, right? But from the bottom to the top, 108% move right there. That's crazy. That was a move right there. And that was literally yesterday while the market was down. That was the play right there. If you wanted to double your money, that was the play right there. Keep that. I'm going to keep that on my radar. If we do drop down again to some of these levels, I might just jump in on Mary. Market cap 5.2 million and liquidity is right under $1 million, so it doesn't look bad at all. But I guess the common theme right now, and we're gonna look at more projects, is for the 24-hour period, Cronos is back up alive right now. Volume is very low, 5.7 million, but you can see that majority of the projects are up, meaning a lot of money that's coming in. That 5.7, I would say majority of it is buys, believe it or not. Look at this. Stuck in Pasta is up 44%. 44%. And it really, again, same thing like Mary. These projects were beat down so bad in the last few weeks that they're up 50% and they don't even look like they've moved. I'm looking at the bottom right there. It was up. That was a 77% move if you were able to catch that bottom. Look at this move right here. If you were able to catch this bottom, that was a 187% move right there. That little ass move right there, 187%. Absolutely crazy. That's crazy. That looks good though. So there's money to be made even during this bear market, right? Or not, we're not in a bear market, but you guys know what I mean. In this like bearish kind of time that we've been in. Ramirez said Twisted Tea, bro. I saw, man. Let's see here. Old said, I think that investment from DW Labs might help an exchange listing for ladies. I think down the road, yeah. I think long term for sure. Anything, bro. Even with Milady. Milady is on a lot of major exchanges, but like what we have more room to move to, right? Coinbase, Binance. There's a few other exchanges that we're still not on. Even if they're smaller exchanges, could still bring in more liquidity, more eyes onto Milady. So it should never stop as a project, right? Ramirez said, you got to shotgun it. I just said I'm going to stop drinking, and this guy's he's sending me pictures, and now he's freaking, he's sitting here like, bro, you got to shotgun it. Come on, man, you're killing me. And then the worst thing is I have other vehicles, but the worst thing is that my daily right now, I can't even go jump in the car and go grab one if I wanted to. I purposely didn't. Like yesterday I was at the store, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy any. I was like, I'm gonna go like a week of just like not drinking, right? Not that I drink a lot, but I was like, I've been drinking, even if it's one or two, I drink them every day. Rogue said I'm still down almost 10K on Mary. Damn, bro. How much freaking money did you put into Mary, dude? What I would say, Rogue, in that situation, dude, not financial advice, but what I would say, bro, is if you're able to, just ride it out, bro. I'd keep an eye on that on the market, bro. Just ride it out, and if like what we saw in the last week, I know the last thing you want to do is put any more money into that project, but if you're able to bring your average down, that'll be easier for you to break even or start getting into the green when the project starts moving back up, right? So, but I mean, at the end of the day, for something like Mary, it still looks solid, still strong project. I would honestly, bro, is just like they're all telling you. Exactly, you can't sell for a loss. I would just keep an eye on it, obviously, but I mean, just don't sell for a loss, bro. If you hold long term, I think you're gonna be all right. Hopefully, it plays out, bro, and they release, in a week from now that they're getting dropped on Crypto.com, and that 10K that you're down, now you're up like 50 grand, bro. That's what I hope for you. Thanks, Ramirez. Now you got me. I'm thinking about my damn car. And I'm thinking about the damn Twisted Tea. Appreciate that, bro. Supposed to be my bro over here, and you got me now itching for a damn Twisted Tea. And then the picture he sends, the damn Twisted Tea's like got condensation all on the side, like it's so cold, it's gonna go down so like just frosty, like. And I'm over here drinking water. Damn, bro. Just playing with you. I'm just playing around, man. Just kidding, man. Look what's trying to come back from the dead, guys. Crab. Who's still holding on to some crab? Who's still holding on to crab on the chat, bro? Oh, don't get me twisted, bro. I still drink energy drinks daily. There's no way in hell I'm giving up those. But I buy because I work out and shit, so I get like pre-workouts instead of like buying the canned energy drinks. But I still I'm still drinking freaking. So Art said he still has crabs. He said yes, did he? Jay said crab. Ramirez said crab is crap. Listen, I'm not here to justify and say crab is great at all, right? Not here to say that. I'm just saying, look at this. You're telling me there might be some hope here. It's up 15%. You never know. But the volume, look at the volumes at $100 for today. That's crazy. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know. I think just everything on Cronos right now is up for whatever reason. Let's pull up Cronos, the token. Oops. So, I mean, the token obviously is up somewhat. I'm wondering if that's why a lot of the projects are just moving up, because, I mean, obviously they're all tied into Crow. Crow goes up, the projects are going to move up. Crow goes down, projects are going to move down. It's up 10% for the day, so. Someone just bought in on crab. Which one of you guys just bought in? Oh, this is NFK. I'm sitting here pulling up crab. Never mind. NFK. We need to break this trend line right here. Right when we break this trend line, we're going to start running, guys. We got this. Rug said, I didn't know you weren't drinking, or I wouldn't have posted the pit. No, bro, don't worry, dude. I'm like literally a day off of drinking tea. Don't worry. I do that, bro. Like I'll do, like I will, I'll go like, you know, like I'm like, bro, I want to go a few days without drinking. Flip said, can you please check CKB? Now, you've asked me this plenty of times, and I'm always like, is that a DeFi project? I'm always like, and then when it pops up, hold on, still not ringing a bell. Well, what I will say, bro, that I've noticed immediately is look at this W pattern. You see this W pattern, double bottom right here, W pattern right here running up. So doesn't look bad at all. Oh, Nervos. I was like, I know this freaking project. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's up 15% for today. You can see it looks like it's come down, found that support at the 786, which you can see it's done that plenty. It's done that already once. So, good spot for some support. Last time it bounced off of this. It ran up to make all-time highs, right? I believe those are all-time highs. Maybe they're not. All right, maybe they're not all-time highs, but it made local highs. So, doesn't look bad. 786 held. Obviously, next spot that we're going to have for some resistance is not going to be this 618 yet. We're looking at the daily chart right now, right? We're looking at the daily chart, and there's a couple things that are going to be in its way. First is going to be this 200-day moving average. This is our simple moving average, SMA. You can see coming also is the 20-day. So this might be some kind of a death cross popping up. So we'll have to see how this plays out. It might not necessarily cross if we continue to move up, but these are going to be two spots right here in between the 786 and the 618, which is right now going to be around that 13.1, somewhere around there. That's going to be a big spot for some resistance for right now. So, but I think long term, it's been beat down like crazy. No Diddy found that support at the 786. Last time it's done this, it had a nice run. So hopefully you can mimic that and have a nice run. And then you know what I'm going to say, Flip? Next time, make sure you take those gains. Maybe you did it over here and you bought back in, but make sure you secure that bag when you go on that next run. Oh, Jay, that's right. I got to pull up Corgi. I'll pull it up right now, dude. Bullish, what's going on? Ramirez said, if I make 1 million off of Milady, I'll donate 10K to your channel, bro. Oh, you're too kind, bro. And I mean that seriously. Like, that's awesome. That is awesome, bro. You'd have to do it like, you know, with super chats, you can only do $500 per super chat. You know that? You'd have to like do 20 super chats. I think after like the fourth one, you'd be like, bro, I'm not doing 10 grand. Here you go. Here's 4 super chats right there. I got you. Uh-oh, Rug said me too. All right. Uh-oh. We got a little competition. All right, guys. I'm going to start pumping Milady. I'm going to start pumping Milady then. You guys know I'm going to do it. But I appreciate that. Listen, even if you guys make $1 million and you don't have to give me any money, bro. You guys are here supporting the channel, and that's what it's all about, right? Because you know what? If you make $1 million off me, lady, that means that I'm probably going to be right there with you. So, and how would you feel? You're a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, and you're giving me more money. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem right. We both become millionaires, or all of us become millionaires, and we don't give anybody money, right? We give it to our family and buy nice cars with it, or buy more nice cars. That's what we're gonna do. Old said, I hope this run goes well. I'm gonna help out my family, friends. I totally would donate to this channel too. I appreciate that, bro. Flip, I got you. Jay said, drop it on the merch. There we go. Okay, I'm kind of here. All right, Troy. Let me pull up. You guys were asking me about Corgi AI. Let me pull up Corgi. Or I'm sorry, not Corgi AI. Corgi with the knife. That's right. So Corgi with the knife. really been hovering around the 786 level. You can see we did Corgi with the knife a few days ago had a big drop. I actually saw it. I was like, I was gonna buy in, and I didn't. But you can see it ran up, and look where it hit its head, right on the trend line. It literally came up and hit its head on the trend, or if you want to say the 618 right there, and dropped. But it keeps finding support at the 786. So, I mean, for this project, like I've been telling you guys, you know, unfortunately, it's not on the top trending. I bet you if this project was like on Cronos top trending, where you just go to the Cronos page on Dex and it's there, you know, in the front, a lot of people would be buying in or be holding this project. So, you know, I don't think that the project's bad whatsoever. The numbers are a little, how do I say this? The numbers are a little, you know, just they're low, right? Liquidity particularly is only at like $5,000. So I think that's what's holding off a lot of people from buying in or maybe putting in a lot of money into the project. But I think, you know, if they can get something going here, this project won't be bad, and it won't take much for this project to really run. And this is obviously on Cronos, not Solana, but on Cronos. So definitely, I should look into maybe just picking up a bag before I freaking start pumping it on the channel. And then all you guys will be like, I'm up so much on Corgi AI or Corgi with knife. I crack my damn hand. But what's crazy is you buy in right now. I think it's what, like, let's look at some of these purchases. For $1 trillion right now, it's about $26, $27 for $1 trillion. So, I mean, you can pick up a solid bag for cheap as hell right now. And you know, we're all looking for bargains. Oh yeah, Gina, I didn't bring up Mog. I'm so sorry, Gina, if you're still here. I forgot to bring up Mog. I'll bring it up right now. How about we hit 1 million? Let's see. How about we hit 1 million? We'll plan a millionaire beach party. I'm down with that. I already told you guys we're doing something. We're doing something big. This will be the first YouTube channel where we bring out the whole freaking community, and we're on like a yacht or something. I'm not even bullshitting, something, because you know I'm down here in Florida. We could rent like something on the water, the beach, do something. Obviously, we'd have to do something like where you just like buy a ticket and you can get like a hotel room, you know, your Uber from the airport to the beach, you know, all that set up, you know. Hell yeah, that'd be dope. Oh, and then listen, on me, unlimited twisted teas all day, guys. I mean, bro, to the point where you're just like you're leaving and you're like, bro, I don't want to even look at a twisted tea for like a year. I'm talking about breakfast, lunch, dinner, while you're sleeping, just twisted tea all day long. Telling you, I'm waiting for that sponsorship from Twisted Tea. It's going to be coming soon, guys. Ramirez, I appreciate that. Jane said, do you think Milady, Mog, Coin, and Call can delete 3 zeros in the next bull run? Showing me market cap. Uh-oh. What did we get? Oh, okay. Thank you for subscribing, bro. I forgot to have it all linked up. Anybody that subscribes or whatever the case is. Let's see here. So, Gene was asking, do you think Milady, Mog, Coin, and Call can delete 3 zeros? I mean, do I think they can drop 3 zeros? That's a big move right there, Gene. That's a big move. Let's pull up Mog real quick because a couple people already asked me and I forgot to bring it up earlier. Mog, damn, Mog was running. Look at that. Mog was freaking running, guys. Why didn't anyone notify me? Mog is running, or was. I mean, look at that. Let's look at the week. The last week, it's up 75%. Isn't that crazy? Mog was running while everything else was not running. That's crazy. Excuse me. So you can see Mog came up and almost retested this all-time high, but did get rejected. But a couple of things that I'm looking at is it is retesting the 236. Let me zoom in a little bit on this real quick. So look at that. So yeah, so it ran up to the 16, almost the 17 mark, And you can see it was short-lived, but it is trying to hold support at the 236. It's like right below the 236. So MOG right now looks good. It really does look good. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. It looks good. I'm not invested in this project, but from this move to here, that was a big move right there. Let's see here. And you guys remember I was telling you guys this was the buy zone back here. Way back here. When we first were talking about MOG a while back. But just from that bottom to up here, 144% gain right there. If you were able to catch the bottom and the tippity top right there, 144% gain right there. That's a solid move for MOG. And I mean, the market cap is at 500 million. So I mean, it's at $500 million. So I mean, the project's starting to get serious there. Definitely looks good. Now imagine if Ethereum, when Ethereum's the ETFs start going through and Ethereum's running up $4,000 plus, MOG probably will jump on that and probably continue to move up on that wave. So definitely looks good for sure. Now your other questions, call on Gene was saying will call and Milady. I mean, bro, I want to say yes, but at the same time, like I said, those are big moves. We're gonna have to map it out as it goes. But could it happen? 100% it could happen, right? This is crypto. Anything can happen. It could gain 3 zeros, each one of those, right? So I mean, anything can happen. 3 zeros though to drop is for MOG is going to be probably the hardest because the market cap's already at $500 million. But for Milady as well, you're talking about multi-billion-dollar market caps at that point. For call, not necessarily because it's only at $50 million market cap, right? So, I mean, for it to drop 3 zeros, it would need to get up probably to about a $500 million, $700 million market cap, which is very obtainable. When you start talking about these meme coins like MOG and Milady dropping 3 zeros, you're talking about Milady particularly would have to get up to 10 billion. MOG would probably have to get up to about $15 billion for it to drop 3 zeros. So, can it happen? 100% can. Will it happen? You know, it's going to have an uphill battle. Now, it could easily drop another zero, easily, right? I think what you need to shoot for is dropping that other zero, maybe dropping 2 zeros for Milady and for MOG. That's a little bit more realistic in my opinion. So, yeah, Old said if Milady drops 3 zeros, I'm going to be doing good. Exactly. We all will. That party will be in effect for sure. 3 zeros. Old said, I want to scuba dive off the Keys, check out the shipwrecks. That's what I was doing with my daughter. We were scuba diving, but we didn't. Next time we're going to plan a little bit better because this time we went to the Keys, we were only in Key West for a day, right? Because we were going to the Bahamas as well. So we did bring our scuba gears, our scuba gear. Snorkel. Oh, I'm talking about snorkel, not scuba diving, but our snorkel and goggles and stuff like that I bought prior to the trip, and it was badass. Fish everywhere. You know, we're swimming. It's like 30. It was about like 20-25 foot deep, but the water is freaking. I'm talking about crystal clear. So like you don't even need goggles. You can just look like you're treading in the water and you're looking down 20 feet in the water, which is a little intimidating. Honestly, but you're looking down and you can see fish swimming like crazy. You can literally see it like it's like HD. So imagine putting on goggles, diving down. It's fun. It really is fun. But I didn't realize, I don't know what it is. Back, you take me back 10 years ago, I could swim, tread water for hours. Now I was out there and I'm like out there for 20, 30 minutes and I'm like, bro, I need to like hang on something for a little while. Like I'm like treading water and stuff. I was like literally like losing breath. Even just out of when I was up above the water, I was like, you're having to tread water for so long. I'm like, bro, I told my daughter, I was like, I gotta swim back to shore for a little while. I was like, my arms are like ready to fall off. So, but yeah, it definitely was fun, dude. But that's the stuff you do when you're down there. So, Ricky said I bought MOG for like 6 months straight, a bit at a time. That's how you do it, Ricky. That's dollar cost averaging right there. That's how you do it, bro. That's how it's supposed to be done, right? That's exactly how it's supposed to be done, brother. And that's how it should be for any project that you're bullish on. And that's why I always tell you guys, listen, we're all, your portfolio is your portfolio, mine's mine, right? But I'm telling you guys what I do, right? When I'm telling you the only thing that we can control, this is for NFK, this is for any of these projects, right? If you're bullish on, the only thing that we can control is buying those dips, bringing your average down and accumulating. That's the only thing that we can control, and taking advantage when we are up like crazy and secure in the bag. Those are the only things that you can control, right? So as long as you kind of stay within those parameters and your dollar cost averaging in, and just accumulating when you're down on the project, or when the project's down, or we're having these times where we've been in the market, in the last week or two, last month, where the market has been down, you're taking advantage of that. Long term, that's always played out for me. Always played out. Is it easy? It's not, bro. That's why most people can't do it, right? We're seeing it in NFK, where people are like screw it, and they're just like moving on. It's like, all right, but watch, in a week from now, 2 weeks from now, it always happens like that, right? It always seems to happen, and not just for NFK, but for all projects. It's like you get restless, right? And you sell off, and then the project starts running. Gotta have that patience. Patience is key in the crypto market. I feel like with me, it's different. It's like different with certain things, right? If I'm running into DeFi, like right now, let's say I go in on Solana, which I was gonna do that today's video, but we'll probably do it tomorrow, because I'm trying to think of some interesting things to do other than look at the charts and me tell you guys my life stories. Is also I want to start coming on here and start doing quick buys and sells, showing you guys some Solana stuff. But let's say, like, for this project, for any of these projects, these are all newly paired projects on Solana right here, right? I don't have any kind of long-term investment on these projects. If I jump in, something like this that looks scammy as shit, I'm going to jump in and I'm jumping the hell out, right? But if you bring me over to a project like MOG that I'm bullish on, in this long-term, I'm taking advantage of the dips and I'm buying in, and I'm not, getting restless, because patience is key, right? There's a time and place for everything. For projects like these projects, NFK, for Milady, Bitcoin, all these big projects that we believe in long term, right? But any of these projects, me personally, who knows, this project could be big one day, right? Kitty, whatever it is, I just clicked into it. I'm just saying, if I bought into this, I'm buying in and I'm selling in literally minutes or the next hour or whatever, and I'm not looking back. I don't give a shit what the project does, right? There's a time and place for everything. And if I would have bought in on Kitty, I would be up right now about 5%. So just showing. So I think tomorrow I'm going to probably do that, guys, where we're going to come in and I'm going to dedicate like 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to show you guys. And if you guys want to mimic what I'm doing, disclaimer, we could get wrecked together, right? So it will be small increments on stuff that I'm doing, but we might jump in and I'll show you some stuff that I do. And I'm sure we all do it the same way, as far as buying in on these projects and then just making a quick buck and getting the hell out, right? Because the longer you hold on these projects, the more opportunity you're going to have to get rug pulled on these projects. So but we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. We'll see. Let's see here. Old said, my daughter is my whole world. That would rock to take her there. Bro, that's awesome, bro. That's what it's all about, especially as fathers. Shout out to the moms too, but us fathers, that's what, and majority, because I can see on YouTube, how the percentage of males versus women that watch the channel, and I think this is just across crypto. It's like 98% males, right? So I can speak to the chat right now and say, if you do have kids, I know some of us don't, or whatever your situation is. I know some people have some, different situations and stuff like that. But if you're able to, man, never give up on your kids. And I'm being honest with you guys. I'm gonna get a little cheesy, but you never give up on your kids, especially if you have daughters, right? I don't believe in giving up. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl, but especially your daughter. I always feel like girls need their dads, right? Whenever I'm out dating, I always find out. I'm like, so was your dad in your life? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, I know how this one's gonna end. I know how this one's gonna be, right? So, but hell yeah, man, that's good, bro. And Old said, Crypto Fud speaks the truth. This is a good channel. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Ricky said, I get discouraged sometimes when you're getting beat up, but when we run, there's no nicer feeling. It's definitely worth the commitment. Exactly is, bro. And that's what it is. That's why I feel like if you guys notice in the last week, I've really been kind of not changing my tune, but really focusing on like making sure to tell you guys, just remind you, right? Because I can't force you to do anything, right? But just reminding you guys that when we are up, which we're going to be up again, like I said, we don't know the time frame, but we're going to be up again. Your portfolio is going to be deep in the green. Take advantage of it, right? You guys always hear me saying stuff about the greed, right? The greed. I'm not just sitting here just talking into a mic. I'm telling you guys from experience. The greed will take over, and it might not come across as greed, right? You might not think, oh, I'm being greedy. No. Like I tell you guys, the scenario, when you have that feeling, when you're up on a project, let's just say you're up 5x. Excuse me, you're up 5x on a project right now. And you're worried about selling because it's going to continue to, you think it's going to continue to move up, right? Yes, we all feel that. But that is a sense of greed right there because you don't want to miss out on more gains. You're up like crazy right now, but you're worried about what you're going to miss out on if you sell. That is a form of greed, and it will get you wrecked. I'm not telling you to sell early. I'm just saying when you are next time up like that, you need to have a game plan. You need to figure everything out as far as, all right, well, maybe if I sell right now, even if it goes up, I'll be positioning myself for when it comes back down, even if it's in a month or two, I'll have this dry powder to just do it all over again, right? That's the best feeling. When you get into a project, you make money. Obviously, going through it when if you sell, you're not going to be able to time that top, right? So a lot of times you're going to sell, and the project's probably going to move up a little bit more. Or sometimes, in my case, ICP, Fetch, made really damn good money. Some of those I 10x my profits, but I could have 20 or 30x my profits, right? But I didn't lose any sleep over it because I still made some damn good money. I paid you guys IRS if you're watching, but I made some damn good money, and I was able to stay in the fight longer and reposition myself, and make more moves. And that's what it's all about, guys. That's what you need to think about, right? We're here to make money. Khalil said being a dad is awesome. That's good, bro. I'm happy we got a lot of dads on the channel. I really am. Ricky said the worst problem is not knowing your initial investment withdrawal is not taxable. You can build moon bags, but using the same initial multiple times. There you go. And then Old said, yes, I rode my bags all the way down in 2021, but I never sold. So I get to play again this time. There you go. There you go. And it's all about lesson learning, right? You learn from you learn from, a lot of these experiences that you've been in with crypto. I know I do. I learn a lot, and I tell you the worst feeling for me was when some of the projects that I wrote up and wrote down, like Shiba. I always tell you guys I bought in on Shiba at the perfect time. I didn't put a lot in, but I ran up and I was up 20x on Shiba at a time. 20x. Literally 20x the money I put in. Up like crazy, and I didn't sell, right? I didn't sell because the greed just set in like crazy. I'm not thinking that this project just ran up thousands and thousands of percent, right? I was able to position myself great, and I didn't sell, and I started riding it down. And by the time I sold my Shiba, I was only up 2 or 3x, right? And I made some money, but I was like, bro, you gave up all those profits because you didn't sell, right? So that I learned from that. That's why a lot of times now it haunts me because I sell a little too early. But at the same time, if I'm up 10x, I'm securing that bag. I'm securing the bag. I'm not going to sit there and cry if it runs up another 5x. It sucks, yeah. But that's another thing you're going to learn is you're not going to be able to time that top. You're not going to be able to. You might sometimes get lucky and hit it. The top, or you might get close, but most of the time you're not going to be able to time the top. It's not going to happen. So exactly, it's all a learning process. So, but to do a recap, so for Bitcoin particularly, as we've been talking, it's kind of been sitting around. We were at 62, right? And then you can see we have retraced slightly. Now, remember what I told you guys. We technically, for Bitcoin, can run all the way up towards this trend line, anywhere somewhere around the 63,000 plus. we could easily run up there and get rejected and come right back down and still be in this trend line of a downward move. So don't get tricked out, as far as getting caught in the fake out or anything like that until we break this trend, which, like I said, is about 63.5. Technically, would be around 63.5. Anything above that, we start breaking above the trend, then you'll hear me start saying, all right, guys, it looks like we're finally getting out of this rut that we've been in the last few weeks, and it looks like we're running. We're not there yet. But we made some good strides today as far as moves, so hopefully the market will continue like this. Like I told you, I win either or, right? I've been buying in on some of my projects, right? So if they go up, win-win. If they go down, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average in. It's giving me more opportunity to keep adding, and in also getting in on some of these projects that we were talking about on the members only stream that I'm interested in getting into, right? For Solana, because we're always going to watch Solana because NFK is tied to Solana. You can see a couple things. Solana did break out to about 140, about 139.90. But the one thing that I do like that I'm seeing with Solana is it's found that support. Look where it's bouncing at that 137, right? Found that support. So looks good for now. I do think that we're going to hold. I don't want to see us keep retesting this level. Maybe a couple more candles will be fine, but I don't want to see us keep retesting this level because eventually it might end up folding out and breaking below, right? So we want to see possibly us start getting back up and start maybe retesting this 130 or this 141 level, at least going up and knocking on the door like, hey bud, we're out here, we're probably going to be breaking through here soon, so be ready. But like I said, bullish move as far as us bouncing off this support level that we couldn't break above. In the last few days we broke above, and we're basically holding right now as some support, so looks good. So again, the markets, they're in the green for today, obviously because we got beat down so bad, but hopefully we can continue on this run up. Things don't look bad, guys. If we do continue towards the downside, make sure you guys, not financial advice, but just saying, make sure you guys are taking advantage of it, right? Because we're not going to be down for forever, right? We're not going to be down forever. So kind of plan for both scenarios. If we're moving down, take advantage of it. If we're moving up, just be ready to not anytime soon take profits, right? I think profit taking is going to be, unless you're day trading, I think profit taking is going to be down the road. But it's always just a plan for both scenarios. So Ricky said, my luck, I sold some Solana 88, then the whole market dumped and Solana kept on pumping. Well, then what does that mean? If you buy in right now, we'll dump? Then Ricky, jump in right now and buy in so we can drop down. I'm trying to, bro, that's like the number one thing that I've been accumulating as of late is Solana. I've been accumulating Solana. That's why when we dropped down that low 120s, I was buying in, just picking up Solanas like crazy. So you guys know that I'm very bullish on Solana. So, but guys, listen, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. I hope you guys have a safe night tonight. Hit me up on the Discord if you need anything. If you're watching this after the fact and you need the Discord link, hit me up in the comments. I definitely will give you that invite. We have the gates open for right now. We entertain and we encourage anybody that's bullish that wants to talk about crypto, not just NFK, but the whole crypto market, right? Come join the Discord. Come join the family. Other than that, guys, I thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Make sure you guys slap the like on the way out. Have a wonderful, safe night. If you're drinking that tea, think of me because I am jealous right now. I promise I'm not going to get a tea tonight, but tomorrow I can't guarantee anything, especially when I get my car back. I'm gonna that supercharger. It should be just flying. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you guys later.